All right, guys, when it comes to automated valuation products, I want you to think about this really carefully now. Is an AVM more accurate than the county assessor's tax records? Think about that. All this money we're talking about spending on these AVMs, and if you look at closing statements these days, you see an IT fee, a tech fee, whatever it is. They've come up with all these creative names to talk about basically a computer valuation model. And why do they do it? There's only one reason: to make a profit. Everybody wants to take a little money out of the appraiser's hand, and that's what this all comes down to. If you take 100 houses and we take the tax values on this side and we take an AVM value on this side, at the end of the day, those values are going to be pretty close. So what's the difference? The tax record is free, guys. That information is paid for by our tax dollars, and all the talk of appraiser reform really has to do with who's going to get a piece of the appraisal pie. And I'm sorry to say it that way, but that's what this is all about. It's all about following the money, and somebody wants a part of an appraiser's fee. If you earn an appraiser's license, you know how hard it is to get that license. That is not easy to get. It's a lot of time, it's a lot of money, it's a lot of work, guys. And you should not be doing an appraisal fee. I can't say money amounts, but you don't want to take 50% of what somebody else considers a fair appraisal fee. It's up to you. The doctor, you don't get to tell them what to charge. Nobody should get to tell us appraisers what to charge. You work long and hard to get that license, and it doesn't matter if it takes you 2 minutes or 2 hours. It's for what you know, guys. It's not for how much time it takes you to do it. It might have taken you 20 years to come up with the knowledge, even if it's 5 years or 10 years. You're not getting paid for time just like that surgeon. You're getting paid for what you know. And don't let other people guide us. We are appraisers. We're valuation experts. We are trained to be the police department. We're trying to look after banks, and sometimes banks don't really want us to look after them. They just want to close a loan, and sometimes that's like talking to a brick wall. It's hard to fight sometimes. But our job is to be unbiased and fair. Do it the best you can, and don't let anybody influence you. That's what our job is. And until that changes, we're just going to do the best we can with the information we have available, and try not to let other people steer the direction of this industry. It's a great industry. It's going to be around for a long time, but it's time for us to take control. And I also hope you'll consider joining the National Association of Appraisers. It's time for us to have one voice that we can talk with. It's just like the National Association of Realtors. Why do they have so much power? Because they got 1 million members. Are appraisers ever going to have 1 million members? No. But we need all the appraisers that we can get to be in the same place and have one unified voice. And it's also a place where we can do some good, have a disaster fund or whatever. The NAA is trying to better this profession, and it's $100 for a year. I hope you'll consider joining them. We all need to speak together with one voice and let appraisers drive appraisal reform and no one else. Thanks for joining me.